Hey guys, I'm Mars, and today I thought I'd do a video because I got ready and I look really nice. I look nicer when I had actual sunlight outside, but the sun is setting, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. But I thought today I could do hyperfixations of the moment. I saw a video about it and I thought it was cool, and I made a little list. It's in my Clea Duval notebook, and that's my first hyperfixation of the moment. Actually, not at the moment of my life. I'm completely obsessed with her. I just pasted a picture of her here. And I'm watching American Horror Story. I'm on the second season, and she's there, and she's gay, and spoiler alert, she's dead, but we're just gonna pretend that didn't happen, and it was good while it lasted. But yeah, I wrote down some of my obsessions of the moment, and I thought I could share them with you. The first one is actually related to the second one. I'm gonna say the second one first because it will make more sense. It's the show We Are Who We Are. I know it's been out for a while, but I never watched it before, and I watched it, and it completely changed my life. I feel like I am not the same as I was before. I feel like it's so hard to watch queer shows that are actually real, and that we can actually connect to it. I feel like for so long I've watched every queer piece of media that I could ever find, and I always feel like it's not real enough. Like, I enjoy them, don't get me wrong, but it's an enjoyment that we're getting represented, not necessarily that I relate to it. And this is relatable, and this is real, and it's not only about queerness, it's about teenagehood, and it's about being a person. I feel like everything is so well portrayed in it, and it's so beautiful. I cried so much in the ending because it was just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, a little spoiler alert if you've never watched it. But throughout the whole show, I was never focused on Fraser's and Harper's romance, because we all knew there was something going on, but it was never like, oh, I'm rooting for them to be together, because they were discovering themselves as individuals together. And it was such a beautiful relationship to see that you never wanted more than that. You never wanted to become something that it wasn't. And it was not because they weren't in love, it was just because they had a relationship together, and they had their relationship and their dynamic and what worked for them. So we never wanted to see them becoming something that they weren't ready to be, or they didn't want to be. And in the end, they got together, and it was beautiful. It was the most beautiful scenes I've ever seen in my entire life. But it was because it was right, and because they knew who they were as individuals, and they knew who they were together, and they wanted it, and it made sense. It wasn't something forced, and it wasn't something like, oh, I like you, I'm gonna date you. It's not that. They already had this such strong relationship. And after that, I was reflecting on the hookup culture and how that's so normalized now. And I cannot say that I'm against it, because I'm part of it. And after that, I was like, I stopped to reflect, and I was like, wait, no, I kind of want to be in love, and I kind of want to know a person, and I want to know them deeply and completely, and understand all their secrets and all their intimacy with themselves. And it really hit, like it really hit, because the show portrays this hookup culture so well, because it's so normal in our generation, and we have a completely different dynamic with Frasier and Harper, and it's just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life, and I'm completely obsessed with it. And to go along with that, I have another hyperfixation, that is Time Will Tell by Blood Orange. That song, it's been on repeat. Like, I took long walks just with that song on repeat. I feel like it's my new mantra. It's absolutely insane. And I saw some of Luca, what, I don't know how to say his last name, I'm so sorry, but the director of We Are Who We Are. And I saw some of his articles and interviews about it, and they asked him why he chose the song, because it's a song that's repeated a lot in the show. And he said that first, that it was a mix between two Blood Orange songs, and it kind of represents Frasier and Harper, being two individuals that find themselves in one relationship, which is beautiful. And also the constant repetition of "come into my bedroom" is like a prayer, and it's like you're begging for something, in something so sacred to you. They want it so bad, and just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful, and I truly feel it in my bones. Like, it's so hard, like so hard. And wait a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, but I truly feel it so bad, because not only that part, but the entire song. Like, I feel like I have such a rush into things and into life, and I feel so anxious all the time, and I feel so stuck, even though I'm not. But I feel like if something is not actively happening in my life, and things are not actively I don't know how to say that word. If things are not happening constantly in my life, I feel stuck, and I feel like things are not progressing, and I just feel insanely bored, and I go crazy, just like I'm going right now, because I don't have anything to do, and it's Friday, and I'm losing my mind. And why am I losing my mind? Like, it's okay. Like it's okay to stay at home and be with yourself. And I just go crazy over this. And this song says, like, time will tell that if you're gonna work this out. Like, there's no one waiting for you anyway, so don't be stressed out. And I'm like, fuck, that's right. Like, in the end, you're kind of by yourself, and in the end, no one's waiting for you, and no one's like, you don't owe anything to anyone other than yourself. But if you're only stressing yourself by stressing about things that eventually time will tell if it's gonna work out or not, you're just making it worse, because there's no one waiting for you, or there's nothing pressuring you to make it happen any sooner. So it's kind of my reflective song. I feel like anytime that I feel stressed or anxious or anything, I just put it on repeat, and it kind of calms me down, and it makes me feel good. So yeah, that's my obsession of the moment for sure. Next is dark red and silver nails. Right now I have silver nails. I feel like they look really good. I love like short nails, not only because I'm a lesbian, because nothing's actually really happening, but I don't know, I feel like they're cute, especially when they're like decorated and nice. This is kind of like random in the list. I'm just really obsessed with it. I used to do a lot of nail art on short nails, like nail art, and I still love that. I've just been kind of lazy lately. I don't know, but yeah, I've been loving it, and it feels so cool, like with silver jewelry. And I've been doing some, wait, because you cannot really see, but some silver makeup, I feel that that looks really cool as well. I just recently dyed my hair black, and I've been trying to deal with it because I don't love it. I feel like it's too black because I wanted dark brown, and then I couldn't find the dark brown dye, and then I was like, fuck it, let's get black. It won't be that different, and it was that different, and I'm trying to get used to it. But it's okay. So I'm doing my makeup a little different recently, and I've been liking it. You can't really see because lighting sucks, but it's okay. Next, I have Diary of Anais Nin, Volume 1. I don't know how to pronounce her name correctly enough, and I apologize for that. But she's a writer, and she has a lot of controversial books as what I've seen on TikTok. This is her first published diary, and that shit is feeding my heart. I feel like I think a lot in general in life, and I feel so overwhelmed by my thoughts. And not only because of my thoughts, but because of the fact that I feel like I'm very misunderstood, and that other people don't feel exactly the way that I feel, and I feel like I get behind in life because of it. And it's something that has been fucking with my head a lot lately. And then I saw a video on TikTok that recommended her books, and she thinks a lot, and she thinks about everything a million of times, and she thinks a million of perspectives about the same thing, and she gets hyper fixated in topics that I truly relate to. And it's so comforting, even though it's very disturbing sometimes, and sometimes reading that book has made me feel worse than I was, but at the same time it's very comforting knowing that there are people that think the same way that I do, and there are people who feel things as intensely as I do, and that I'm not wrong for it, and I'm not different for it, and there's nothing wrong with me, I hope. And I don't know, and I feel like her vocabulary is very hard to understand, at least for me, especially because English is not my first language. Actually, her book is in French, but I don't know French, so I'm just reading in English. And I feel like it's been very good for practicing because I'm Brazilian, I speak Portuguese. And I should be reading things in Portuguese because my vocabulary in Portuguese is kind of lacking actually. But I do love English, and I feel very comfortable speaking it, and I feel very comfortable reading it. I feel like it's easier to explain things for some reason, and that should be a problem. I should be educating more in my own language. I know that, but we're just gonna ignore that part. But yes, I've been loving her diary. I wanted to read some of her other books. I know that Delta of Venus is very famous. It's like a bunch of short erotic stories, and I feel like at the time not a lot of women would write about sexuality and stuff like that. So I feel like it's cool, and I really want to read it. And I know there's another book called Henry and June, and I really want to read that because in her first diary, her first published diary at least, it shows a lot of her relationship with Henry and June, that they're a couple, and she has a complicated relationship with both of them. And I've been loving to read about that because I understand exactly what she's saying. Well, not exactly, no one understands exactly what you think, but I feel it very deeply. So I really want to read that. So maybe my next hyperfixations of the moment, I'll be reading that. I don't know, but it's been great to read. I've been reading very calmly. I don't force myself because I've been on a reading slump for a very long time, like a very, very long time. And I don't want to force myself into another one of those. So I've just been reading when I have the emotional regulation to do so. I don't know, I feel like it's a very intense book, and it makes me have a bunch of thoughts because of her bunch of thoughts, and I don't want to overwhelm myself with those for my own sake. So I read it whenever I feel like it's the right time to. So I'm reading it very calmly. But it's been great. I love it. Fuck those motorcycles. But I love it. It's amazing. The writing is impeccable. She's just so brilliant, and she's so smart, and she's so very well spoken, and the descriptions are out of this world. It's amazing. It's amazing. Next I have the show The Hunting Wives. I've been searching for shows to watch because I watch everything so quickly. I watched The Hunting Wives in 24 hours. And that was because I didn't spend 24 hours watching it. I watched it very, I stopped to watch 2 times. And then I finished it. And I was like, what do I do now? It's such a good show. It has lesbians in it, so it's already something. Yeah, my friend recommended it to me, and it's amazing. It's amazing. It's so entertaining. It's not slow or anything, so you can just really get in the grind of it. And it's a really short show. It only has 8 episodes, so it's really good. And it has a kind of vibe of Big Little Lies, which is the best show fucking ever. It has Zoe Kravitz in it, so it can never be bad, but it's so good. It's not exactly the same vibe, but it feels a little the same because they're about women about the same age and their lives and their husbands and families and stuff. It's a different scenario for sure because it's in Texas, but no offense. But yeah, it's really good. I highly recommend it. And last but not least, I have a YouTube channel. I love ASMR. I feel like you know that. I really love it. And I saw this girl, she's called Bells. I'm gonna link her channel down below. I was really embarrassed to do it because my videos do not reach large audience, because I really do them for my own mental health sake. I like talking to people, and if I didn't record, I would be talking to myself. So I feel like it's better to record than talking to yourself. I'm gonna do it anyways if you want to check her out. She did a video which was making your personalized playlists. And it was an ASMR video, and it was the best thing I've ever watched in my entire life. And her playlists are also amazing. I listened to them later, and they were so good. And yeah, and she's amazing. She's the prettiest person I've ever seen in my entire life. Her makeup is flawless. Everything about her is wow. She has such a great personality and style, and she's amazing, and I'm obsessed with her. But yeah, I thought I should say that. And that was it for my obsessions of the moment. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, and the lighting was slowly declining over the video because it's now dark, and when I was starting, the sun was setting. Sorry about that. Anyway, I hope you had some fun and you got some good recommendations. And yeah, that's it.